I wanted was a normal high school experience. You know, playing some sports, going through parties, getting in trouble every once in a while. But a normal high school experience never came. I didn't get to play the sports that I wanted to play. I hardly ever went to any parties, and I almost never got into any trouble. This normal high school experience was taken away from me with just a simple push. And because of this push, all possibilities drifted away to only become dreams, and I can do this turned into maybe someday. Before this normal high school experience was pushed away from me, I was shy, but confident and kind. Some would even say that I was a goody two-shoes. My friends and I, we could spend hours just talking and laughing. We'd watch movies and dance to music for hours on end. As time went by, life slowly changed. I switched schools and I was surrounded by new people. This new environment and these new people pushed me towards conforming to who they wanted me to be instead of being who I was. And then all this pain took over my life when sickness struck, and I was overwhelmed with sadness when betrayal came along. All that I could feel was anger. The girl who I had been before, the girl who had been holding the pen and writing her story for years, decided to hand the pen over to someone else while she slowly deteriorated until she was lost in the past. All that stood in her place to continue writing her story was this new girl. This new girl moved in and quickly took over my life so that she could fit in, to show that she was tough and could handle every difficult situation on her own. This new girl, she was tired of living a life full of pain. She was tired of living a life that seemed boring to her. And so she became friends with someone named Chase. Chase would help the new girl hide the pain that she was secretly living in. Chase would help her escape her reality for a while until everything seemed all right again. Chase and the new girl's friends taught her how she should act around other people, taught her that she should always speak her mind no matter what, even if she sounded like a total bitch. Chase taught the new girl how to laugh, how to smile, how to joke around, even in the toughest of times. But Chase and these friends that this new girl was hanging out with weren't really her friends at all. They were only strangers who she would follow in order to be who she thought she should be. At school, these friends guided her towards conforming towards what they were like, towards what other people thought she should be like. A girl who listened to heavy metal music, a girl who wore thick black eyeliner and had dark hair just like the people surrounding her. The new girl's old friends began to see her in a new light, the light that her new friends were helping her create. Her family also began to see her as being a different person, as being a stranger living within the same walls as themselves. But the new girl saw her family as being strangers, as being people changing before her instead of her changing before their eyes. Now, before the new girl came to town, I saw my family as funny, as outgoing, as how happy family looks. There are hardly any sour moments. But when this new girl started living with my family, they suddenly became the people who caused all her problems. They became the people who would make her anger swell to the point where she would just leave, take a short vacation perhaps. Life for the new girl turned into don't do this and don't do that. Her mom tried to reel the reins in on her life because she saw the path that she was headed down. But the new girl always found some way to cut these reins loose, usually causing a fight or a talk a few days later, in an attempt to reel the reins back in on her life. Over time, this new girl took over my life, causing me to lie to the people that I cared about, caused me to keep secrets from everybody, including myself, and caused me to be someone that somebody else wanted me to be, and for years I just let her do it, because I was too afraid to show my true colors. I was too afraid to show the real me, until she found herself looking in the mirror one day. She was looking through the glass at her future. She saw the people that she hurt. Their smiles were broken. Their eyes only shined anger. And then she caught a glimpse of herself. She was alone. She felt regret for the people that she had hurt and abandoned, and she was slowly falling silent. Though her life seemed exciting and full of fun at the moment, this future was a future that she didn't want to encounter. It was a future that she didn't want the people she loved and cared for to see her encounter. She began to lose the battle that she'd been fighting for so long, and her reality started to crumble. It was then that I began to glimpse through her eyes once again, into the world that she had created for herself. I went around, apologized to all the people that she hurt, apologized for the mistakes that she made. I had to try and rebuild the image that she had created for herself, make it seem lighter, more serene. And I had to try and resist the habits that she'd left behind for me. Try to resist the urge to hang out with Chase each and every day. I began to fight the new girl for control. And eventually, the new girl realized that this battle she'd been fighting for so long couldn't be won and that she had to move away. The new girl realized that if she kept writing her story from that point on, it wasn't going to end with happily ever after. And so, with great difficulty, she handed the pen back to me to keep writing the story that we'd begun so long ago. The pen may be shaky at times when the new girl decides to visit town, but it's still writing. And it's uncertain how this particular story is going to end, but I'm gonna try to keep writing it because I want it to end with happily ever after.